Visit CCGCastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video we'll be looking at Yanmega BREAK deck with Octillery, but this one is not item block. This one is actually Disruptive deck. So yeah, pretty much this will be a Yanmega BREAK with Bursting Balloons and Enhanced Hammer as a support. So I will first introduce you a Yanmega. This is a the latest card printed in a Steam Siege Sonic Vision ability, which says if you have exactly 4 cards in your hand, you can ignore all energies in the attack cost of each of these Pokemon's attacks. So basically you can hit for 50 plus 70 more if your opponent has any tool cards attached to it. And also Yanmega BREAK is very good card, 140 HP, can hit for 100, and this attack will not be affected by weakness and resistance. Pretty much running 15 Pokemons in this deck, 4-4-3 Alliance of Yanmega, this is the main attacker, and only running 2 more Remoraids and Octillery. So this is also some kind of the budget version of the deck, so you can definitely build this at the budget. In my opinion, it's very good. So if you're an old player and you have pretty much all of these cards like V-Seekers, Ultra Balls, Trainers Mails, all you really need to do is buy those Yanmegas and Octilleries, and I think this is definitely good buy and good deck to have and play with it. It's definitely very competitive. So the second thing in this deck is also Bursting Balloon, which will actually force your opponent to think about twice which will he actually decide to attack you and take 6 damage counters back, or actually pass the turn and get you a chance actually to evolve more Yanmegas in play and start to attack for even more damage counters. And also Enhanced Hammer will definitely force your opponent to remove some special energy cards from play. So this Enhanced Hammer will definitely help you a lot against Mega Rayquaza decks, because you are not going to be able to one-hit knock out Mega Rayquaza decks. So Enhanced Hammer will help you against Mega Rayquaza deck, against Mega Mewtwo deck, and also against Dark Rage Giratina deck. So keep that definitely in mind. If you want to win against those 3 decks, the only way you can actually win against them with your Mega BREAK build is running Enhanced Hammers and Bursting Balloons. If you want to play your Mega Evolution deck, which I will also cover up, I don't know how good this deck actually is going to be, because basically with Assault Beam you are able to hit 120 dead Mega Rayquaza, and basically with Jolteon on the bench you can one-hit knock out your opponent Mega Rayquaza. So for example, you can go good against that. You can go good against those Mega Skeptiles, but for example against Giratina you're not going to be able to hit for enough damage counters, maybe just for 120, but again with 2 turns of attack it will be enough to knock him out. But stay tuned also for that version of the deck. So also running 1 Eco Arm, which will help me to shuffle back 3 tools from my discard pile back into my deck. Also 2 copies of Enhanced Hammers, 2 copies of Level Balls, 2 copies of Super Rod. I decided to roll with 2 copies of Super Rod instead of any kind of Revitalizer, just because I want to have a chance to put my Pokemons and also energy cards from my discard pile back into my deck. So with Revitalizer I can actually put just 2 grass Pokemons into my deck. 4 Trainers Mails, so I can look at my top 4 cards of my deck and pretty much reveal and put any trainer cards I expect for the Trainers Mail in my deck. And definitely I have a lot of different trainer cards and item cards, so definitely Trainers Mail is a good one. 4 Ultra Balls, 4 V-Seekers, pretty much staple in almost 99% of the decks. From supporter cards, since this is a Disruptive deck version, I'm running Delinquent. Pretty much Delinquent will force my opponent to discard 3 cards from his hand if I actually discarded any stadium card from play by playing Delinquent. Also 2 copies of Judge, just in case you actually miss one if it's priced. The second one will help you to pretty much always have 4 cards in your hand, so you can actually hit for free with your Yanmegas in play. Single Lysandre, 2 copies of N, also very good card, especially in the late game. Once you are able to set up your Octilleries, you can just end your opponent, even if you are down to 1 prize. You really don't care about that because you have a Beazle hand and you can definitely ignore N. N is just not good as it was like 3 or 4 years ago when it was first time printed in 2011. 1 Ranger, why? Pretty much easy question and easy answer against those Glacian EXs, so you need to have Pokemon Ranger in your deck. 2 copies of Sycamore. I just think that there is no reason to play more than 2 copies of Sycamore because I'm running 2 Judge and 2 Ends, so having 6 Draw Supporter in this deck is more than enough. 4 Forest of the Giant Plants, just because you need to have Forest of the Giant Plant for Stadium War, and also in any time when you actually suffer the knockout, having Forest of the Giant Plant in play will actually allow you to get your Yanma into a Mega Break in a single turn. 4 Bursting Balloons, of course, to disrupt your opponent. 2 copies of Float Stone for free retreat of that Octillery. That's the only thing that you need to have. Float Stone, 7 energies, 4 double Colorless, and 3 grass energies, which will actually help you to play against Wobbuffet, because Wobbuffet will definitely shut down your ability, against Garbodor, because Garbodor can definitely do the same thing, and pretty much, yeah, against Hexmaniac. The only reason why I actually play energies in this build, and I actually didn't play in my previously Vileplume build, is just because I don't have option to item lock my opponent, and I don't have option to control my opponent Wobbuffet. Not Wobbuffet, actually the Garbodor, so that's the reason why I'm running energies in this deck. But pretty much in 80% of time, if you can actually draft good and pretty much control your opponent hand by Delinquents and V-Seekers turn to turn, you probably will be able to attack even without energy cards. So I'm going to play 1 or 2 matchup with this deck so you can actually see it in the action. This is my final build for this deck. I hope you guys will enjoy watching it. So definitely, if you're looking for any of these cards, as usual, find them on CCGCastle.com. Make sure to check my video description for the link, and also for 5% discount on your purchase by typing TCG Center 5 code, so you should definitely check that. So let's move to some game tests so you can actually see how this deck will work in the action. Alright guys, so welcome to the game test. So I'm flipping the coin, and I actually managed to get heads, so that means that I will start first. So let's take a look at the opening hand. So I'm starting with my Remoraid in the active spot. But the good thing is that I have Grass Energy and 2 Trainers Mail, so just even if I don't get something like a Float Stone, I can always attach energy and try to retreat my Remoraid from the active spot. But I think I will actually wait a little bit with that, since I also have my Sycamore, so I can just get 7 new cards. Alright, so let's see against what kind of deck I'm playing on the other side. So my opponent managed to get 1, 2, 3 Pokemons in play. Oh, it's a Night March, so this will definitely be very interesting and very tough matchup, I should also say that. So I'm going to put first my Yanma on the bench. Let's see, Trainer's Mail, there is Bursting Balloon. Let's roll with a Bursting Balloon. So let's see, another Trainer's Mail, Float Stone. I guess pretty decent. And I will attach double Colorless, I will attach my Bursting Balloon, and I will go with my Sycamore for 7. Alright, there is Forest of the Giant Plant, but I guess it's not worth to play Forest of the Giant Plant yet in the game. So I'm going to put another Yanma on my bench, just so I can have backup attacker in case my opponent actually decides to knock me out with his Joltik. So if he actually decides not to attack, but I guess that's not good for him, at least on the other side I can exchange price for price. So there is Battle Compressor. Maybe he can also get Lysandre and knock out my another Yanma, or even Remoraid on the bench. So there is Battle Compressor, number 2. Let's see what he can get with that. So yeah, pretty much 1 more Night Marcher in discard pile, double Colorless energy, and he can one-hit knock on my Yanma. So I guess this can be definitely a very long matchup. So there is 5 Night Marchers and Birch Observation. There is also Trainer's Mail. When I say a long matchup, I say that because we're probably going to exchange price for price right here. I'm not sure if my opponent actually plays Shamans in his deck, so this will definitely be very interesting. So let's see what he can get with the Trainer's Mail. So I guess he might have V-Seeker in his hand, because he actually discarded that Birch Observation. but maybe I'm just wrong. That Trainers Mail is actually take some long time to take decision. Definitely the good thing is, as long as I can have more stadium cards and play than my opponent, that means that I can definitely get better control, especially because once I'm able to knock out enough Joltics from his play, he will probably just have those Poopkaboos left, and Poopkaboo will not be able to attack without 3 energies or double colors and Dimension Wall in play. So that Trainer's Mail was for the Ultra Ball, and there is Firewall Leather for 1 extra card. And right now he's going to play Ultra Ball for Seeker and for actually Lysandre and Dimension Wallies. So one of his Dimension Wallies discarded, and I really like to see that. There is Hawlucha, there is Level Ball, there is Phoebus. Alright, so that means that he also play... oh, there is Trainer's Mail for Dimension Wally, but I will assume that he will not play that Dimension Wally down right now. He actually do that. And he even decided to attack with the Night March. So I'm definitely happy with that. So let's see. I'm going to put 1 prize into my hand, and this is going to be... Alright, so it looks like the game actually has some issues. Yeah, I decide to pick 1 prize. What the heck is going on? So, very interesting. We'll just wait those 6 seconds to run up. Then we can continue. Okay, I don't know what is going on. Alright, so there's Force of the Giant Plant number 3. I'm going with my Remoraid in the active. Oh, top deck, a double Colorless energy. So I guess I need to remove that Dimension Wally from play. I can have my Yanmega BREAK in play also. And I can even attach the double Colorless energy, so that means that I can actually retreat and hit for the knockout. Take 1 more prize. Hopefully I'm going to get something at least like a Level Ball, or maybe Professor Sycamore V Seeker. Okay, there's a N, so it's pretty decent draw. Another Joltik just hits the active spot. That means that 1 double Colorless energy will bring my opponent a chance to knock out my Yanmega BREAK. So there it is. The good thing is that I also have my Enhanced Hammer ready in my hand, so I can even scrap that double Colorless energy from his Joltik, and we're going to be probably equaled on the next turn with the prizes. So we are both down to 4 prizes. So 4 prizes each. There is Remoraid in the active for me. Nice top deck. So I'm going to play my Enhanced Hammer, and I'm going with my N. So hopefully I'm going to get at least Octillery right there. Whew. Very bad. Very sad. What should I do? Probably I'm going just to pass. Without even attaching double Colorless energy, I'm just going to pass. I really don't need energies right now. I'm just going to pass and see what my opponent is able to do. So there is a double Colorless energy number 3 for him. And there is Birch Observation. Alright, and he managed to get Tails, so that means only 4 cards can be drawn this way. Alright, another Night March for knockout, so 120 on that Remoraid. I'm going to promote my Yanma into the active. There's another Forest of the Giant Plant, so it's time to get that tools back into my deck. And it's time to play Professor Sycamore. I would like to go with my N, but even if I actually get Yanmega, I will not be able to attack. So there is Remoraid, there is Trainer's Mail. What I can get with the Trainer's Mail, I can get Super Rod, and I can definitely use that. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in my hand, and when I play my Ultra Ball for 1, 2 cards. So what should I do actually right here? Probably I'm just going to retreat on my Remoraid. Six cards. When I play Ultra Ball, I will not be able. I'm short for one card. I definitely need to put that Remoraid on the bench. So I guess I'm going to play my Super Rod right there and put back my Remoraid and two Yanmas back into my deck. And I'm also going to put my Bursting Balloon right here and Bursting Balloon on my Remoraid. Just in crazy way, if my opponent actually have Lysandre, he's definitely going to knock out himself out. The only thing that can save him is probably that Fighting Fury Belt, but so far I didn't see none of the Fighting Fury Belts for my opponent. And yeah, I even forget to scout my opponent's hand, but it really doesn't matter. So if he decides to attack with his Joltik, now there's Birch Observation, another. And actually he just played his first V-Seeker, again Tails. Alright, very good. So I still have chance to win this matchup, and I have very good chance to win this matchup actually. So there is a Milotic which says that when you play this card from your hand, you can put one of your cards from your discard pile into your hand. So he decided to pick that Joltik, put it down to the bench. Alright, and there's a Night March for the knockout, so we are both going to draw a prize right here. And the good thing is that my opponent will lose also one more double Colorless energy, so there is Trainers Mail. I'm going to promote my Remoraid into the active spot. And probably I will see Joltik in the active spot for my opponent. That means only one thing. Ultra Ball for Judge and Remoraid. For Judge and not the Remoraid. So I have pretty much two more Float Stones left in my deck, so there is a big chance that I might be able to get one, and there it is, top deck Float Stone. So I can have my Abyssal hand right here for 4 extra cards. There is another Ultra Ball, so this will give me the opportunity to get my Yanmega in play. And I'm going to play my Sycamore for 7 new cards. And I need to find a way out actually to reduce my hand down to 4 cards. And this will definitely be an easy one, because there is one more Yanmega, and I even have another Remoraid. I can definitely put him back down onto my bench. So I'm going to knock out his Joltik right there. Enough damage. I can hit for 50, which is enough to knock out Joltik. Very perfect. So we are equaled, both 2 prizes, but my opponent does not have Attacker in play. And I'm in slightly better advantage this time, so I have Delinquent in my hand, and this Delinquent can definitely be very crucial right there. I even have Pokémon Ranger, but pretty much this will not help. So having that Delinquent in my hand definitely can pretty much discard a lot of cards from my opponent's hand if he gets Tails this time on the Birch. And actually this time he managed to get Heads, so he can grab cards till he has 7 in his hand. Also, good thing is that I have a Yanmega BREAK in my hand. I also have 2 V-Seekers left. And I also have that Ultra Ball, which can help me to reduce some of the cards from my hand in order to play a Abyssal hand for maybe even 5 cards in total. So I might be able to take that V-Seeker for Lysandre, so I can knock out his Pumpkaboo on the bench. So he have like pretty much one more Joltik left and one more Pumpkaboo. That's pretty much all resources for my opponent. But first he needs to find Float Stone in order to remove Shame from the active spot. Of course, Dimension Wally and double Colorless energy. Maybe even 2 Puzzle of Times, but I don't know if my opponent actually played Puzzle of Times, but I will assume that he actually played them. So let's see, there is Acrobike, and Fighting Energy has just been discarded. So that means that he pulled something better than Fighting Energy, maybe double Colorless Energy, who knows. Night March was actually threat for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and as you can see, this Yanmega BREAK actually having great time against it. So there is a switch on the Pukkaboo, and it's my turn. Very nice. So I even managed to pull a Yanmega BREAK, so I will definitely put that on the bench. What should I do right there? Probably I should play my Ultra Ball and grab another Octillery, put it onto the bench, and basically I'm going to knock out my opponent Joltik, and this is probably going to be a GG. So there is a Beazle hand, and that VS Seeker for Lysandre probably is going to give me the win right here. So I can knock out his Joltik, and basically if he tries to attack next turn with one of his Night Marchers, he definitely will knock himself out because I have a Bursting Balloon, and this Bursting Balloon is definitely crucial in this situation. So let's see what he can do. So there is a Pukkaboo in the active spot. I'm down to 1 prize, my opponent is down to 2 prizes, and this definitely looks like a GG, and I don't know how he can actually escape from losing this matchup. So there is a Sycamore, so he's going down for the 7 cards. That means that my Yanmega BREAK on the bench will be ready next turn to attack. There is no end, and pretty much there is a GG. Even if my opponent ends me, I had 2 Octilleries on my bench, so I would be able just to play even double a Beazle hand and get cards until I have 7 in my hand, so he will not be able to benefit from that end. So once again, there is a full deck list for my Yanmega BREAK Disruptive deck. As you can see, those Bursting Balloons definitely helps against this Night March. So yeah, pretty much exchanging the price for price. Definitely not good for the Night March, because once he actually decides to attack you, he's going to knock himself out, and basically I'm going to draw a prize, and I have turn to attack and draw 1 more prize, so that's like I'm knocking out EX and he's just knocking out non-EX Pokemon, and definitely I take advantage in that game. So definitely I think that running Bursting Balloon can help you a lot with Yanmega BREAK, especially against EX decks who actually will not be able to take 2 prizes, and pretty much with Bursting Balloons you can take huge advantage in the matchup. Also Delinquent can help a lot, and Enhanced Hammer can also help a lot against any EX deck who actually depend on running double Colorless or any other special energy card, because you can scrap up to 2 energies from those Pokemons in play. So once again, guys, I hope you enjoy watching it. Don't forget to hit that like button or dislike button if you didn't like this video. But yeah, that was pretty much my Yanmega BREAK Octillery Disruptive deck for the Primal Clash on format. So once again, thanks for watching. See you in the next video, and goodbye.